Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Muscle Building Mastery Podcast. I am Andy Clements, and in this episode, I think we're in episode 16 now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of showing up every single day. Now, I want to tell you a little bit of a story, a bit of a backstory about why this is so important, so you guys can sort of get it into your, really understand why this is such an important issue. And when I say showing up every day, I don't necessarily mean like having to make your life miserable every day, right? You shouldn't be miserable in what you're doing. I don't necessarily mean that you have to chow down chicken and broccoli every meal, right? Or whatever it is that makes you miserable. I don't mean that. I mean that you need to do the stuff that works every single day, and you need to have like a long-term mindset. And the backstory I want to share with you today is that over the last maybe 3 or 4 years, a friend and a training partner of mine has been helping this guy. He's like a PT friend, right? He's been training this guy, and this guy, like, he goes to the gym and he does his training and all the rest of it. But he keeps asking my friend for like diet plans and stuff. So my friend started coaching him, and he started giving him his diet plan, and he started giving him his supplements and his training program and all that sort of stuff, right? And he ends up going through, this one particular guy ends up going through, and the reason I'm telling this story is because I think this is more common than maybe people realise. This guy ends up going through like a cycle, right? This is like a really predictable cycle this guy goes through, and I don't know if he can see it, but me and my training partner, when we talk about it, we can obviously identify the pattern, right? And the cycle that he sort of goes through is, he's like, week 1, he's like really on it. It's like, okay, I'm going to follow my training program, I'm going to do my diet plan, I'm going to take my supplements, I'm going to get my sleep, I'm going to do my steps, I'm going to do this, and he's like 100% on it. Week 2, yeah, he's still on it, he's still doing it. He's like, great. Week 3, it's like, I had a bit of a bad week this week. Like, I went out on Friday night, and I had a bit too much to drink and whatever. So I decided that I was just going to have the week as a write-off and start again in a week's time. It's like, what? Like, because he had a bad weekend or a bad Friday night, right? So it ends up being, and I know that like at the minute, like if you're watching this now, we're in lockdown and whatever, and you can't go out. But this is like, historically speaking, and like this is how it would always sort of be over the last few years, right? So he would always sort of get a couple of weeks in and be absolutely on it, and then the littlest thing would happen and he'd just derail himself, right? It would just be kind of like, bad week this week, so I'm gonna just, write it off. So it could be he went out for a drink. It could be he had too much on at work, right? It could be that. It could be that his car broke down, right? Anything like, and what I want you guys to understand is that any of these things can happen at any point. Life happens every single day, and whether we want to build muscle or we don't care about building muscle, life's still going to happen, right? These things are still going to happen. We're still going to have dramas, we're still going to have emergencies, we're still going to have fill in the blank, anything, right? Family dramas, relationship dramas, friend dramas, work dramas, all these different things are going to add up that aren't anything to do with the goal that we set for ourselves of building mass. Does that make sense? But regardless of whether they happen or not, if we're going to achieve this goal that we said we're going to achieve, we've got to keep showing up consistently and keep doing the required work consistently, regardless of what else is happening in other areas. Now, I don't want to sound like heartless, if there's like a family emergency or like a family member's died or whatever's going on, obviously that takes priority, but the vast majority of the time, there's not that many emergencies that come up on a daily basis, right? Really, it's not. Life generally fairly predictable. It's just that things come up, but you've got to be prepared for that, And so this is this whole concept of just showing up every day and just showing up and showing up, regardless of what else is going on in your life, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what your thoughts are right now, regardless of what your emotions are right now. You've just got to show up. That's literally it. That's the entire game. And if you can get a plan that works, A, getting a plan that works, B, consistently doing it every single day. Now, if you are following or you have a plan that is you've tried multiple times and you can't follow it, then that's not the right plan for you. You need the plan that works, but you also need the plan that you can follow, that's sustainable and realistic for you to follow. Otherwise, it's not the right one for you, right? Like, I've tried to do, especially when I've got, like going through a period of my life where things are really, really busy with work, or, I've got a lot of other commitments on with family or whatever else. And try to do a really incredibly strict diet and keeping 100% control of every tiny little variable, and it doesn't work, and I end up failing. And I've ended up failing so many times, stuff like that, guys. Like, I'm not trying to preach to you guys. I've been exactly where you are now, and it's not good. It doesn't feel good. But if you've got a lot of those external things going on, you know that focus on every tiny little variable isn't going to be really possible or realistic for you right now, then pull back a little bit and just do the basics. But still do the basics every single day, because you can still, the basics are like 80% of the game. I've spoken about this on the podcast before. The basics are 80% of the game, and if you can simply just nail the basics every single day, sleep between 6 and 8 hours every single night, hit your amount of calories that you've set for yourself, and track it on your MyFitnessPal or something like that every single day, and hit the right amount of calories and protein and all the rest of it. Get a workout in whenever you say you're going to get a workout in. Hit whatever step count you say you're going to hit, and I don't know, the other one might be drink the right amount of water. 5 things. Nail those 5 things every single day, and you will, at the very least, maintain a great physique if you've already got one. Or if you're just starting and you nail them 5 things from not nailing them 5 things before, you will see a dramatic increase. Now, are there other things that you could do to optimize that? Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to talk about them in future episodes. We're going to talk about all the different things to do with stress management, and all the different things to do with all these different areas of health and of well-being that can feed into muscle building. But what I want you to say to you today is that if you just nail them basics, but you do them every single day, you will get much better results than if you optimize 100% 3 days a week and let the other 4 days a week, go by the wayside. So that's pretty much all I've got. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand what I'm sort of getting at there. It's consistency. It's doing the right things every single day, and the right things aren't necessarily very complicated, and they aren't even necessarily very, very hard to do. The hard part is just doing it every single day without fail. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today. I hope that made sense, and if you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll help you out in whatever way I can. I hope you're enjoying these podcasts so far. We're on episode 16 now. We're approaching episode 20 soon. But I'm going to keep producing these every single day. If you've got anything that you want me to cover in future podcasts, let me know, and I'll make a whole podcast about it. And yeah, let me know what you think. Drop a review on iTunes or Spotify. Drop a comment or a like on this video if you're watching on YouTube. Share it with somebody you think might like it. And other than that, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on the Muscle Building Mastery podcast.